On this week's episode of the Beard Laws podcast.
So if my wife just fasted or if she's been to prison, but she eats her meals in literally 2 minutes every single damn time. It's whatever's in her plate and everything. She's
that an Irish botanist who was living in Jamaica at the time was the person who first made chocolate milk. Let's run that back. An Irish botanist living in Jamaica was the first person to make chocolate milk.
Probably some laundry as well, because I'm going to shit myself. Same thing. I'm not eating a fishy smell of anything. So if you're not showered, you ain't get any love. Nope. No. I apologize. I started laughing just because I said DHT originally, and then I got to thinking, I was like, wait, that doesn't sound right. DHT re-sang that Listen to Your Heart song? That sounds a hell of a lot better. And at this point now, I would like to request to become a backup dancer for Lizzo, because if that's what she's forcing her employees to do, then sign me up. I'll get a bonus. Why not?
Yeah.
Don't want to see it. And it's always like energy drinks now too, and it's weird fucking Gen Zers like, you want to see me shotgun this energy drink? And I'm like, no, I don't.
Back at it, episode 203. Pretty excited to be back. It's myself. You've been whacking off, still whacking off. Where's he whacking off? Has he been whacking off? He's probably done a lot of stuff since last time, and maybe whacking off is one of them, but pretty excited to be back again. Another pre-recorded episode. Thanks to everybody that, for whatever reason, stops by on Thursdays during the premieres or just listens to it, because rumor has it Yuban loves penetrating your ear holes. All of them.
I do. Twice.
He does. He loves it. And I just want to give a quick shout out, because last time we did it at the end, apparently. But Deluxe Edition Network, check them out. There's, I think this is the last one in August. Yeah. No, I lied to you. There's 2 more, because this is the 24th that you're watching it or listening to it. And we got 31st. So 2 more times we're going to give a shout out to the podcast of the month, Quad Pro Quo. Check them out. Deluxe Edition Network.com. Quad Pro Quo. 2 couples just talking about this and that. The recent episode that came out on the 7th was Shitting in the Street, aka Bridesmaids. You guys can check that out. It's explicit and it's good stuff. I love listening to it each week. Great people. Check them out. And of course, Draft Top, our friend of the show. You guys can check them out as well. Links in all the descriptions. DraftTop.com. You can use code BeardLaws, and it's just fun to drink topless. American made. They got a cool little story. I mean, probably made in the U.S., Draft Top is the ultimate bar tool designed to safely remove and lift off the top of almost every and any beverage can, so you can actually enjoy what you're drinking. I actually take them, and when I'm done with them, I'll put plants in them. Put a little bit of dirt, put your favorite plant in there, and you got a little vase of your favorite beer.
I'm a big fan of putting plants in cans of some sort.
Yeah. I mean, you got a little Sprite action going there. Maybe, you have a nice cold Genesee, at least over here on the East Coast. You can put it in whatever. Drink it topless. Be topless. Drink topless. And one other quick little shout out. There's a podcast that's local to me that is a pretty serious and a pretty intense kind of podcast where they're trying really hard to help. There's a lot of problems, and we always kid around. Not to make light of it, but we always say, there's meth in the water in Missouri. Some people have fluoride. There's meth. There's problems in a lot of small towns. Obviously, big cities there is too. But where we come from, there's just a lot of shit going on, a lot of big problems. And this is a pretty cool podcast that's really trying to help. It's Beyond the Box podcast. So it's a podcast where kind of like unconventional thinking intersects with societal and cultural norms. They represent individuals that exist in the gray area outside the box, embracing individuality and celebrating differences. And it's just a cool thing because they kind of open up a dialogue for conversation that just kind of needs help, and they bring awareness of some issues that just need to be addressed. And as they say on the podcast, many attempt to put you in a box that they think you'll fit in, but it's up to you to not fall into it. So it's a cool thing. I'll put a link in the description there. There's going to be some stories that might not, Yuban might listen to a story, and maybe there's some local stuff that just doesn't make sense, but I think all small towns really have the same problem, and it's kind of a cool thing. There's some powerful stories, people sharing some shit that happened to them, and good buddy of mine, Jimmy, was on there, kind of trying to help try to find a solution for all the, there's been just a run of suicides in our area, man, and not trying to bring everybody down, but cool little podcast. Like I said, it is definitely worth a listen. They do a great job, so shout out to them. Check them out. Beyond the Box podcast. And I feel like it'll segue nice with the whole box thing, because we have a couple of things that we're going to talk about that allegedly might be different kind of boxes. It could be a takeout box, or it could be, a body part that some people call a box because we got
That's
some
where
shit
my
to talk
mind was
about.
going.
Yeah, I mean, you hear box, and maybe we're we are perverts, but yeah, there was
Just a
some
little.
shit. There was some shit that happened, but before we jump into it, I guess I know you've had a busy week. I don't know if anything crazy's happened. Last week was pretty crazy. I'm not looking for you to come in here and top the Travis Kelce story. And if you don't know what we're talking about, look right above his head. There might be a little link that you can press and check out about Travis Kelce and his foreshadowing or whatever it is. But what's up with you? Anything good?
Mainly just been busy as shit with work. I mean, if a lot of people who probably watched the Tuesday episode may know that something fell down behind my head here, and have I put it back up? No, I have not. I have been that busy and that lazy when I get home. I've been enjoying my time, but we got some new kitchen appliances and just been struggling with that. My dumbass decided to get a little elevated, extremely not low, is what I like to say, and unhooked the dishwasher. And guess what I forgot to do?
Hook it back up.
Oh, forgot to turn off the water. So thought I did, and I went back to it and unhooked the hot water line, and it was hot. That was very hot. So as you can see, guy my size trying to get out of a small 2.5 foot area square and run and turn the water off was a challenge. So I think 16 towels later and 2 loads of laundry later of towels, got the mess cleaned up, and the dishwasher looks amazing. So
hey.
I told my wife, I was like, whenever you pull something out, like an old oven or anything else, you have to clean behind it before you put a new one. That's all I was doing. I was just putting hot water on the floor, making sure everything was clean. 2 birds out with 1 stone.
I mean, that's some big brain energy. I mean, that's not anything to get yelled at about. It's smart. Hot water, clean stuff is what I'm told. Yeah, no.
My only mistake was not having the towels in the kitchen beforehand. So it made it look like it was completely by accident, but it was. I just completely forgot the towels.
Yeah. I mean, you have a lot on your mind. You're putting in a new dishwasher. You're trying to prevent the plumber's crack.
Oh, it was out.
Which could be
100%.
100%. And yeah, I mean, I need a dishwasher, but I just don't have the cabinet space. And we've been talking about this, and fuck, good for you. I'm not going to attempt to do it myself. I'm going to hire somebody because I've just learned a lesson from you not to do that. It'd probably just leave me yelling, pissed, upset.
Yeah, that's typically, a lot of people, they're like, or my kids, they see dad, working on something. They're like, time to go to my room and just play because he's going to get pissy. So the next thing to do, though, is the above range microwave, and it's hardwired into our little, power supply or whatever. So that I was like, I might wait on that one and not hit my pin before that one, because if I don't turn something off for that one, that's going to be a little bit more of a mess. And,
yeah.
100%.
Yeah, it could be some shocking results there. Yeah, but at least you won't have hot water. You might need towels, like I said, yeah, like that, or maybe get a bidet, clean up that shit from shit. Yeah, I'm not going to attempt with that either. But
now, what about you?
Man, crazy busy. As we were talking a little before, kids, coaching, sports, day job. But I did tell you a story that I promised that I would tell on here. Hopefully I can do it some justice. And I'm going to try my hardest not to call out this business because it is somewhere local. And I'm still a little pissed, but I'm curious what the viewers and how you would react to this. So we've been going to this place for a while. Family members of mine, my parents, some other people, they typically go to this place at least once a week. Between my parents, family, something, we're in this place. And this isn't like flex and be like, oh, they own it. No, I don't want any special treatment or anything like that. So we go to this place. We get there about 6:15. You know what I mean? It's like small town, but it's busy. There's probably 3 tables, maybe 4 tables open. So we sit there and waiting for the hostess, right? And then all of a sudden there was this like 4-person party, a little bit older people, and I'm standing, you're there's this like table and you're just waiting. It says, please wait to be seated. So I'm standing there. So instead of the logical thing, like most people, you kind of get into a line. This lady goes around me, stands almost to where the hostess is going to walk up, like, hey, you're going to talk to me first. So I'm getting a little fucking annoyed, but I'm like, whatever. So the lady comes up and she's kind of looking at me and she looks over to naturally this lady first. She's like, yeah, can I help you? She's like, yeah, I called on a reservation, just wondering if it's ready. And she's like, yep, I got to clean some tables. We'll get you in here maybe like 5-10 minutes. Okay, cool. how can I help you? I'm like, well, sorry, I didn't call and get a reservation and get, cut right into line or whatever, but table 3. She's like, cool, 5 minutes. And then this lady's like, what? How come his is 5 minutes? So whatever. They get seated first. Not a big deal. Then we get seated. So it's about 6:20. We sit down. Excited. Waitress comes over. Like normal. What do you want to drink? This is what we want to drink. Any appetizers or anything? Nope. We know what we want to order. Perfect. Get the order in. We wait. We get the drinks. We're hanging out. Still hanging out, and we're in this little area. Super friggin' loud. Acoustics suck. Just waiting. Just kind of waiting. Lady comes over. Hey, can I top your drinks off anything? Sorry it's taken so long. Oh, no big deal. No, that's fine. It's fine. So an hour goes past. Normal. Busy night. Not a very big, no big deal. So we're hanging out. About an hour 15, hour 20 comes over. Sorry it's taken so long. Can I bring you out some dinner bread? Oh, thank you. That'd be cool, because we have our 7-year-old with us. Getting pretty hungry. Throw this out just for orders. Not simple. Kid, chicken tenders, fries. Pretty goddamn easy meal, right? The wife, a panini with fries. Pretty easy meal. I go with the special. It's a fish. Fish, half mac, half fries. It's your special. You should be able to crush this shit out. Nothing crazy, right? Right? So all of a sudden, still going. Nothing. We eat the bread. Still hanging out. Just kind of sipping our drinks, thinking, oh shit, I'm waiting for some friggin' food. 2 hours we're at now. Another waitress comes by, not overly paying attention to us, not her table or whatever, and says, hey, do you just need your check or something? I can just grab it. I don't know if the waitress is caught up with some stuff or whatever. At this point, okay, everybody else has ate their food, gone. There's 4 tables left in here, and at least 3 to 4 people after us got their appetizers and food. People were coming to sit at the bar randomly, got their food, and there's the 3 of us just chilling. Not to mention, we saw another dude freak out because it was an hour and a half, didn't see his waitress, didn't get their food. So he freaked out and then got his food within like 2 minutes. And then I saw at least 2 other people send their food back. So she says that to me, and that was just like, I was getting pretty antsy. Poor kid is hungry. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
I'm not saying shit. It's not the waitress's fault. Whatever. I guess. So finally, I was like, nope. You know what? We haven't got our food yet. Been here over 2 hours. I said, I've never done this before, but I am. I was like, we're out of here. Thanks for the drinks and the bread. And she's like, whoa. I'll go check on the kitchen. I said, at this point, I don't really give a shit. So the rest of the people can sit here. I said, I've been here 2 hours. I don't care who eats the food. Maybe the guy cooking in the back that just clearly can't keep up, or maybe the waitress that didn't even put the order. I don't know what happened. Don't really care. She's like, well, I'll talk to the manager and get you a gift card. I just looked at her. I said, you can take that gift card, shove it up your something. It was either shove it up your ass or wipe your ass with it. I said, I'll never step foot in this goddamn place again. And they were all
Holy shit.
And then like, well, who's your waitress? Like trying to play the blame game. I'm like, don't know. Doesn't matter at this point. And they felt, and I saw one of the people the next day and they're like, I'm so sorry. I was like, well, it's not your business. And I said, fine. I said, I am going to continue to talk shit to you about your establishment everywhere I go. But
yeah,
fuck. That's the first time I've ever done that.
Well, I mean, especially 2 hours, like you said, you have your kid with you as well. And like you don't want to make the scene because your kid's there. And it's just like, but they force it, especially it's been 2 hours. They continue to ask stupid questions. It's like, no.
2 hours. So like, have you ever done that? Like, have you ever just got up and been like, nope, see ya, fuck you?
Yeah. There was a time where we went to a buffet in Vegas, and of course the flies are going to come back. I mentioned Vegas buffet, and now they're like, "Hello,
hey, what's up, where?"
Right. But no, we went to a buffet one time, and same thing. They kept saying, we're going to get you drinks and stuff. So we were able to get our food, but they never came back for drinks. So here I am constantly getting plates of food. I'm like, where the fuck is our drink? And it's one of those ones where you can't help yourself. They have to bring it to you. And waited an hour of just eating and trying to eat something to where I wouldn't get as thirsty. And we did find towards the end that near the dessert station, there was some root beer for root beer floats. Stale as shit. It did not taste the best, but enough to at least wet your whistle. And so we left a 10-cent tip because it was always better than nothing. That way it shows like, oh, maybe they forgot to tip. No, we did. It was 10 cents. Fuck you. Yeah. So I didn't get to say anything to the lady, but I don't think she would have understood the language. I was English anyway. So yeah, but no, we got to satisfyingly chew somebody out for it, though, unfortunately.
And I was good. Like I have to, if the kid wasn't with me, I probably would have erupted. Like I don't know. I have a feeling that my temper would have kicked in. Like I would have went in the kitchen. And after, so like a couple of people are like trying to make like stick up for him and be like, well, I heard that they're looking for a cook and they're short staffed and this and that. And I'm just like, you know what? And it's been really hard for me because I'm not like boys or friends, but I know the actual owner with the money, and I'm like, I think I need to reach out and just let them know that this place is turning into a dump. Like if you know what I mean, like if nobody tells the guy, but I have a feeling if he finds out, some people are probably going to be looking for their new job, and maybe it's their livelihood. Maybe this waitress was new or something, didn't really know. I don't know how you fuck it up. I'm not a guy that's worked in the restaurant business. All I know is 2 hours, look around, nobody. And the one thing that I thought was odd too is the only reason I kind of brought the description of the 4 people that went in right before us, they got their food like after everybody else too. Like right before I left, they got their food. I gave it 10 to 15 more minutes thinking, okay, they're behind. Shit happens. I'm going to give it 10, 15 minutes if these guys just got their food. Cool. Nope. Waited.
Damn,
and then seeing all these other fuckers get their food. You know what I mean? And then there was like a table of 10. 2 people showed up on that table. So they just weaseled in chairs, ordered, got their food before us. It's like, what the fuck is going on? You know what I mean? And like most of the shit that we had in there is coming from a deep fryer. Some of the person next to us that came in late got the appetizers. They got a deep fried appetizer and they were eating like chicken wings and shit. It's like, motherfucker, you're dropping shit in that fryer before us.
Oh, I would
like
go
if
back
anything,
there and show them how to make a panini.
Meal. Yeah, like give us the kids meal if anything. Be like, hey, it's gonna be a minute apparently to make a fucking panini in 2 seconds, but just bring out something besides the bread. But hey,
yeah,
I'd say I'm over it, but I'm not. This is 2 days after. I'm still kind of pissed off.
Oh, I would be too. That shit, especially like I said, whenever it involves your kids as well, you're like, hey, you can fuck me over. Don't fuck over my kid. Like, what are you doing?
And I'm a little pissed because if I would have walked out on some drinks, I was drinking fucking pink lemonade. You know what I mean? It's not like I was having a couple of beers. You know what I mean? Because I got the kid, I'm driving. I'm not that guy that drinks and drives, obviously. But it's like, you know what, man? Fuck. If anything, I could have been 6 beers deep and then been like, see ya, thanks for the free beers.
No shit. And that's because that's what I was wondering too. I was like, well, what did you drink? Did you have anything like fancy? But just pink lemonades, shit. They only lost what, $6-7?
Not even probably. I had a pink lemonade. She had some soda, I think, or juice, and the kid had chocolate milk. And fuck. Yeah, they didn't. But you know what? I said I'm over it. I'm not over it, but I'm never gonna go back there. My parents, I was telling them, and even my old man was like, "Get out of there." So I originally wanted to just go grab some subs. We ended up getting some subs.
Is it from a local chain?
Yeah, local chain. It's called Drex, Jrecks. It was like all the initials of the founders or whatever. And I didn't really want to go there too late because typically and it's probably the same there, but typically the night shift have places like that, like a local sub shop and stuff. You get some younger people. They usually don't give a fuck. Sometimes some middle-aged people, they're making subs. Their give a fuck factor is about 2. And I've seen this place. I've gone in there and I refused to go there for a while just because of it. I got to tell you what, it was the best staff that I've seen at that sub shop in a hot minute. All of these younger, like they were into it. They were super nice. They were cleaning. Everything was the cleanest I've seen. Like they were there. They enjoyed themselves. They were working together. They crushed out. They were crushing out. I bet you 15, 20 orders. Like as we were there, they just did fucking work. So if you guys are watching, I was in direct there. Shout out to you. You guys were awesome.
Yeah. What kind of sandwich did you get?
Cool. See, I have decision making problems, so I just go whatever the sub of the day is.
Oh, okay.
Unless it's seafood, I don't fuck with seafood. I don't love it, especially a seafood sub. So I think Fridays. Roll? Yeah. See, not a McLobster. Not gonna mess with that. Called back last Thursday. I went. What's Friday? Friday's sub of the day is tuna. I went the tuna sub, which is funny. I don't consider that seafood.
I do. So
okay.
I ain't fucking with it. Nope. That's if
you're not.
No. That's why I same thing. I'm not eating a fishy smell of anything. So if you're not showered, you ain't getting any love. Nope. no, thank you. But I know that for me, every time that I'm going for a sandwich, it's a club. It's got to have turkey, bacon, ham every time, pepper jack cheese preferably. Ooh. And that bread toasted like myself every single time. I like a little crunch. So if they don't toast it, I'm putting the chips on it. Cheetos.
Ooh, see, they don't. This place, they don't toast the subs. They don't have the oven or whatever. They have the grill, so they'll do hot subs, but they don't. They take pride in their sub rolls that are locally made by somebody, and they're like, hey, this is what we're gonna do. The special, I think, was like a jalapeno sub roll.
Ooh.
I didn't even class it up. I went original white just because I was like, hey, tuna. But we went that. No, what kind of throws me off is they always ask, do you want any extra mayonnaise or Russian on that? And I'm like, what? Like every time I get a goddamn tuna sub, it's pretty goddamn juicy, and you have to kind of eat the whole thing because if you let it left over, then you get that soggy roll. But what kind of fucking psychopath is adding extra mayonnaise and Russian to a concoction that is fish soaked in mayonnaise already?
I don't fuck with soggy bread. That's another reason why if I'm eating a Philly cheesesteak, for that very reason, I'm inhaling it. Because if I get to the end where it's that soggy bread, it's like wet food in the sink, I'm out.
Yeah. See, I don't know. I only eat a couple hours a day because of the whole fasting. So soggy rolls doesn't matter. If I fucking house it. It's probably a problem. I don't think you're supposed to do that when you're fasting. Just eat as much and as quick as you can during that time frame. But fuck it. It is what it is. But
I don't know. She'll be the last one usually to get her plate, and then first one to finish. I'm like, God damn. I was like, what are you doing? It could be a burger the size of her head. I don't know how she's so tiny. Because every time we eat, even if she's eating pizza and stuff like that, she's like 4 or 5 slices. I'm like, I hope this metabolism catches up to you, bitch. I was like, I can't stand you. I'm looking at that pizza gaining 2 pounds, and she's over there stacking pizza together, just fucking double-handing it. I'm like, what the fuck? You know those Parmesan bread bites from Domino's?
I've heard of them. I never had them.
Well, you get 32 of them in a box. They're about yay big, you know. And, so I would say she probably eats 27 of those out of the 32, and we'll just fucking. And again, not even over 100 pounds. You know, sometimes she'll look at me, she's like, oh, I'm up to 102. I'm like, you fat bitch, get out of here. I'm like, what the fuck? So now every time I see her, I'm looking at her, I'm just like, you fat ass. And she's like, oh, I know, I'm getting kind of, I'm like, you weigh the size of my thigh. Get out of here.
Yeah, I haven't been 100 pounds since the 2nd grade. So there's that.
That's what I was like. It was single digits for sure in the age group that I was in. I was like, there's no way. And even my kids now, like my daughter who's 12 is taller than her and then is now surpassing her weight as well. And she's not fat by any means or anything. She just, her mom's a fucking freak. But now my son who's 10 is getting dangerously close to catching up to his mom. He's like, oh, and kind of feeling. I'm like, no. Like, you're normal, my dude. You're a dude. And I was like, your mom's a freak. I was like, we'll all just hate her together. He's like, that sounds like a good plan. I'm like,
got one on my side.
That's right. I'm just trying to build the whole team, you know. And fuck it, it's the whole narcissistic thing to do, apparently. Is that the term the kids are using? But you mentioned chocolate milk, that your kid was drinking chocolate milk, and we had a discussion yesterday in regards to the better type of milk, because I'm the weird one. I like strawberry milk. I'm a big fan of strawberry milk. If I had a preference, that's probably what I would drink. But if not, do you prefer your chocolate milk pre-made, or do you like to make it yourself? And if you do like to make it yourself, are you using the powder or are you using the liquid?
Oh, this is a lot. So I guess it depends. I mean, I'm not going to go out to a restaurant and be like, can I have a chocolate milk, please? But what's crazy to me too is, I'll answer first, but I just want to throw this out there for more conversation, is a lot of people apparently when they work out, it's not a shocker that I haven't heard of this because I haven't worked out since probably 2003. They use chocolate milk as after working out to replenish stuff. Like that's a big thing, I guess. And it's like, man, I remember working out and the last thing I want to do was chug some goddamn chocolate milk. Yeah. But if I do make it at the house, usually it's the syrup. But back in the day, I do remember the Nesquik powder, and remembering that shit be pretty goddamn good. But it would be the syrup because I don't have any powder around. I have syrup because, you know, if you do a hot fudge sundae, it's more versatile. You can put it in your milk. You can put it on your sundae. Seems practical. But I have to admit, like if I'm not a big chocolate milk drinker. Usually I stick to beer and water and some coffee are my 3 beverages. I'd probably buy good pre-made. You know, if it, like a 2. I know, like my mom, she drinks vodka, not together, but chocolate milk. She has a gallon of chocolate milk in her fridge at all time. Vodka with cranberry. I think those are the only 2 things that she drinks in there. And she swears by this one brand, and I can't remember what it is. I want to say like Burn or something like that. But she's big chocolate milk, not chocolate man. Maybe are into the chocolate men, Ma. I don't know. No judgment. But yeah, pre-made. I think I would go.
See, so I'm not a huge chocolate fan, so it's always I'm always weighed for that reason. But if I'm getting the pre-made, usually it's too much chocolate for me. So I'm the same. I like to get the syrup just because it's multifunctional. It lasts for many different reasons. You know, if you're having ice cream, like, oh snap, mix it up a little bit. Even the kids sometimes they'll have like pancakes or waffles and they'll add some chocolate. I'm like, ugh, gross. But I do remember, I don't know if it's the nostalgic reason or what, but the powder just hitting different. And I haven't had the powder in a minute. But if I'm making, they do, because I've seen it. It's right next to the syrup. They have the little, yellow Nesquik container or the Hershey's, which I saw someone use the cocoa, and I'm like, that's not what that's for. You don't use the actual cocoa. I'm like, no. But it's in that general area. And but if I'm making my chocolate milk, I'm just doing light chocolate. I want that to be just a small brownish hue.
Did you know that there's an actual chocolate milk day, which is apparently every September 27th? So we're about a month away from chocolate milk day. So maybe we'll try to bring it up. But I of course, I'm the Google guy. Without having a producer in studio, we got to do both of it. So I Googled it, and apparently chocolate milk has been around for 4,000 years. According to daysoftheyear.com. Apparently, the Olmec people in ancient Mesoamerica, present-day Mexico, probably said it wrong, but they used to drink chocolate for medical purposes, and people have also used it for religious purposes over history.
Okay.
It was recorded in the late 1600s, even though it could have probably been, and they think that it was earlier, but it was the first time it was recorded, that an Irish botanist who was living in Jamaica at the time was the person who first made chocolate milk. Let's run that back. An Irish botanist living in Jamaica was the first person to make chocolate milk. You're telling me the first thing that ran through your mind was this motherfucker was high and was like,
absolutely.
I'm gonna make some chocolate milk. I got this chocolate. I got some probably right from the cow milk or right from a goat milk. What's gonna make this shit better? Because I was listening, obviously. I was listening to a podcast. I'm not going to give the shout out to it because this person is a super famous podcaster. Fuck, I'm going to do it because it'll probably make better content. Joe Rogan. And seems like every episode he gets talking about drugs. And he was just recently talking to these people that take like cars, that like vintage cars or whatever, and they put their touch on them, soup them up and make them even better. And they got talking about how in the like 50s and 60s, maybe 70s, that era, they were some of the best cars ever, but it was also a lot of acid, a lot of, people taking, pretty decent drugs, the mushrooms, whatever. And there was a lot of cool stuff that was coming out of there. The styles were there, and everything. But then they federally banned this and banned that. And then people started really doing cocaine and some hard stuff in the 80s and 90s, and the vehicles and shit got boring again. And these guys that do these cars were like, oh, I've never really thought of that. It's like, but then he always references, it's like almost everything, like when all these people are on, the right dosage of the right drugs, like they're brilliant. They come up with some shit that is just like mind blowing, game changing. And he, he's the big fan, it seems like, of, what is it? The one that kind of opens up, what is it? What's the
DHT?
drug that,
or DMT?
Maybe something like that, where he talks about the dosages of that, and the crazy stuff where it can, like, some guys, they think that there's like a friggin' eyeball in our foreheads, and taking the right dosage can open it up, and you can start seeing how we're all in video games, because this guy sees walls and everything and zeros and ones, and we're just living in the simulation and all this crazy shit. I'm like, oh,
I apologize. I started laughing just because I said DHT originally, and then I got to thinking, I was like, wait a minute, that doesn't sound right. DHT re-sang that Listen to Your Heart song?
I knew it wasn't DHT or DHL. It just shows you. People might get on here and just being like, listen, he fucking guy, you know what I mean? No, he smokes weed. He's a big drug. It just shows you that we just because allegedly you might smoke some of the devil's lettuce or whatever he calls, it might be, doesn't mean we know shit about drugs. We might not even know enough about the one that allegedly we try. But you were right. It was DMT. Do you know how to say that word? Holy shit.
No.
Dimethyltryptamine. That's not right, but it's a fucking long word. Can any of our viewers spell it without looking? But it's a very strong psychedelical drug that's found in a number of animals and plants.
Holy moly.
Yeah, it's a good one, right?
Dimethyltryptamine? Dimethyltryptamine. It's close. I'll give you about 80% on that one. B minus.
Yeah, that's still passing. I'll take it. There's no way I was getting there. But yeah, I mean, you think over some of the stuff, and then and then I started looking up, this and that, like certain inventions and people that were just on drugs and this and that. And you're not seeing a lot of brilliant stuff coming out of alcohol. Let's be honest. I mean, I was probably a cause of alcohol. And I mean, I'm not brilliant. I don't even know. I wasn't a great invention because of that. But it just kind of put a lot of stuff in perception. It's like, oh, fuck, these guys are doing some decent thing. But just everybody let you know, when taken orally, DMT can cause nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea. So
we know a medicine for that.
That song was in my head for way too long. And shout out producer Jace, did a cool little edit on that. I even did the captions in pink for Pepto-Bismol. So.
Oh, touche.
Yeah. But alcohol, hell of a drug, terrible, ruins lives. You don't come up with anything cool. And it also can potentially make you do some dumb shit. And we talked briefly about this before we pressed record. I had to talk about this because neither of us really know about it. We're not news people. And I'm wearing the color yellow for a reason, because it's the same color as a banana. And everybody's talking about Lizzo's backup dancers apparently were weight shamed and pressured while they were at some kind of strip club. A banana was involved. So I thought it would be fun, where we don't really know what's going on. We're going to Google it. We're going to read some shit and just kind of react to what really happened. What's your impression from just the vague stuff that you kind of heard from the story? Because I think let's throw out what we think it's going to be, and then we'll find out really what it is.
So I didn't get to my For You page, obviously, and half nudity, so it doesn't really pertain to a lot of current events. And so whenever I did hear about it, I did hear that Lizzo was fat shaming the backup dancers, and I was like, did I hear this correctly? And again, not trying to shame Lizzo, but if we're going to be completely transparent here, and we're like, hey, someone's getting fat shamed, we're going to assume it's going to be Lizzo getting right.
Yeah.
And if I hear backup dancers, I'm going to assume that they're pretty athletic and they're not overly obese. But so when I heard that, I was like, this has got to be like a National Enquirer thing. This is a fake news headline or whatever. So I don't know if this is true. And I heard that there was reports to where a lot of the backup dancers had the exact same story, which usually means that they're either teamed up and coerced the story or it's legitimate. So I don't know. I haven't heard anything else. I haven't heard her response or anything yet. So hopefully you've heard more information.
See, all I've heard, there was something to do with a banana. Like almost they were at some kind of strip club. A banana was involved. It was in a stripper. And then Lizzo apparently was trying to make a backup dancer eat the banana that then came out of the stripper. That's what I thought that I've gathered through hearing things. But the backup dancers, apparently with Lizzo, from what I'm hearing as well, are just as big, if not bigger than her. Like she doesn't have the fit backup dancers. There's tryouts, and she goes with the people, that are just as big as her. And there's nothing wrong if you're a big woman at all. Like, you know what I mean? She tries to get people with similar builds. I think that's her thing. And apparently years ago, she was actually losing some weight. I don't know if she was sick or whatever. And like the internet was actually shitting on her. Like, what are you doing? Like, you're bettering yourself. This is what you're supposed to be. And so apparently she was just like, all right, I got to get big again. And that's what my image is. But yeah, that's what I think I heard. So
that sounds a hell of a lot better. And at this point now, I would like to request to become a backup dancer for Lizzo, because if that's what she's forcing her employees to do, then sign me up. I'll get a bonus. Why not?
Yeah. I mean, hey, yeah, I'm going to take one for the team. I mean, the banana, it's protected on you're not eating the outside of the banana unless you had to eat the outside. I mean, who eats the outside of a goddamn banana?
It's just a peel. No big deal.
All right. So I Googled, the first article that popped up this was from a couple of days ago, and it was NBCnews.com. Not sure if it's even real or not, but it says 3 of Lizzo's former dancers have accused the singer of sexual harassment and creating a hostile work environment. They allege that she pressured one of them to touch a nude performer at an Amsterdam club and subjected the group to an excruciating audition after leveling false accusations that they were drinking on the job. That doesn't have anything to do with fucking banana.
Yeah, I was like, bring back the banana.
I don't know. So it just talks about all these suits and like actual like lawsuits. I thought there was something about a goddamn banana. Amsterdam club accusations. The trip to Amsterdam strip club. But maybe that's the name of the thing. Bananen Bar. Bananen Bar. Bananen Bar. Bananen Bar. Apparently, the lawsuit states that Lizzo's after parties were routine and non-mandatory, but alleges that those who attended were favored. That just sounds like some fucking high school drama, right?
Jesus.
Okay. At the club, Lizzo allegedly began inviting cast members to take turns touching the nude performers, catching dildos launched from the performers' vaginas, and eating bananas protruding from the performers' vaginas. Okay. There it is. There's a banana.
I'm applying. How do you apply to become a backup dancer? Because I'm going to be trying not only, have you seen the lives where people have like the little pop stick 'em things where they throw them, they land on the table and they have like a double-sided like sticky thing. I'm trying to do that with double-sided dildo into a performer. I'm trying to get it to land, you know what I mean? Like almost like horseshoes, but with a dildo. And if Liz was like, do you want to try this? It's like cornhole. We just call it like something else hole. I'm like, hey, count me in. So if you get a ringer, is that 3 points or is that?
So, I think, yeah. It's either got to be 6 or 9 points, I think.
Boom. I don't know. That's just, I mean, if it was like an everyday thing after a show, but I mean, if you're in Amsterdam and you know that Amsterdam has those type of shows, kind of like, you know, if you're like, oh, we were at Tijuana and Lizzo said, hey, we're going to go to a donkey show. They made me watch a donkey show. I'm like, she seems like one of those people. It's like, hey, you want to go see something fucked up? I'll buy. Would you want to go? I'm in. You know what? At first I was against Lizzo. I'm back on Lizzo's side. Girl, do your thing.
Yeah. And then apparently Lizzo turned her attention to Miss Davis and then pressured Miss Davis to touch the breast of a nude woman.
Damn it, Lizzo. I just had your back, girl. Fuck.
Yeah. Apparently she declined. And allegedly she declined. And Lizzo allegedly led a chant trying to get her to do so. After Davis declined 3 more times, the chant grew louder and louder and more strident, demanding a visibly uncomfortable Miss Davis to engage with the performer. So then she briefly touched the performer, and then everybody left. Afterwards, Lizzo allegedly pressed another member of the security staff to get on stage and began yelling, "Take it off."
I mean, damn. I'm not HR, and nor am I HR appropriate, but I feel like if you're doing like a work thing and they're having a time of their life and you're in that setting and like, when you get on stage, take it off. You know, I think at that point, again, you could just be like, nah, I'm not going to do that and just get up and walk away. But I don't know. I wasn't there. So I guess I can't.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not supporting one or the other sides of this because at the end of the day, nobody's really going to give a shit about what we think. But
right.
Lizzo, I mean, probably should know a little bit better, but I have to imagine. I mean, I'm picturing a bunch of them partying, just drunk, just doing shit. I mean, I don't even know how old Lizzo is. You know what I mean? Like we've done some dumb shit when we were. Okay, I'm gonna say
34.
I was gonna say like 27.
Is she younger? Maybe she is.
I don't know. I have no idea. Let's see. How old is Lizzo? Oh, 35. If we were playing Price is Right, fucking you win. You're gonna win both showcases. Oh shit, 35.
Thank you, Bob.
Yeah, have your pet spayed and neutered, everybody. I just had my dog neutered. What a fucking nightmare.
Fucking expensive for that shit too, dude. But you said that I think yours was cheaper to get your dog done than it was for me to get my cat done. Make that make fucking sense.
Yeah, probably where we are. But that little fucker, he's realized how to like scoop things up like a lacrosse stick with his cone. So he'll go scoop the toy, throw it up in the air. I'm like, God damn, I thought you were fucking dumb, but you figured this shit out. Figured it out. Thankfully, we only have about 3 more days with that goddamn cone because he uses it like a friggin' ramming rod, and he'll just like grab it, push you, and fucking. I mean, he's not like a huge dog, but he's like 60 pounds at 6 months. I mean, he's a pretty goddamn big dog.
Yeah, I mean, again, I have cats, so I have a 20-pound cat though, which is fucking outrageous. But he's a big boy. Did not have to have a comb though, so I was really hoping that he would. And they're like, no, he doesn't need it. And I'm like, yeah, he does. He needs it. He's an asshole. Put him in this thing for like a month. No, sir. And I'm like, damn. So yeah, no cone. Just couldn't pick him up for a week, which I'm like, he hurts our back picking his fat ass up anyway. So I'm like, he'll stay on the ground. We're good.
Yeah, we're good. Yeah, he's meant to be there. Apparently, just like some of these Lizzo dancers. I don't really know what else to talk about that, but yeah, not a good look.
Oh, I just thought of a name for that. Oh, so just, the whole banana, if you hide a banana in an ass, it's potassium.
Oh, shit. We're going to put on a t-shirt. There's the t-shirt for the day.
Yes.
Lizzo, feel free.
T-shirt of the day.
Yeah, t-shirt of the day. T-shirt of the week. Lizzo, feel free to use that. Just give us a little bit of the royalties for that so you guys can have some potassium. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
I've been seeing a whole bunch of different... Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just thinking fucking Lizzo, not a good look.
No.
Good luck.
No. But we were talking about different games. I keep seeing that on TikTok too. Like get these different lives and everything, or different TikTok shop things, and of different board games or tabletop games or just different games in general. I'm wondering which one's going to be the next one to kind of like take off. If you've seen any that may become something like cornhole or something like that, because I know there was probably a time 15 years ago when we saw bags getting thrown into all like, the fuck is this? This looks weird. And now we're like, this is amazing. This is a good time.
Yeah, I mean like ESPN covers cornhole. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was a bigger thing down in the South for a while. By the time the first time I ever saw it was years ago, but it had already been out for a long time. It was at a NASCAR event of all things, Watkins Glen. I don't give a fuck about NASCAR, but I was like, I've heard it's a really good 4-day party. You just drink from the time you wake up till you fall asleep. I want to try that out. For a couple of rough days, but I saw it for the first time and I was like, nah. Up here it was big. Was the they call it every different word, but with the washers and the 3 holes in the board, and you just throw the washers in there 1, 3, and 5 points. I've heard it called Texas horseshoes, holy board. Like I've heard like 8,000 different fucking names for it. Never saw it on ESPN. Naturally, we picked the wrong one, but Can Jam was real big up here.
We had that too, and then the ladder ball with like the PVC pipes. I
hated that fucking game. I hated it.
Did you ever play a Beersby, that drinking game?
That was fun. Didn't last long up here for whatever reason with the pole and the bottle.
Yep. Yeah. That was one like 2 or 3 year period. But I remember I bought a specific Frisbee just because I wanted to be really good at that. Arobi, however you pronounce it. Great Frisbee for Beersby, by the way.
Okay. Yeah. No, I played a lot of Can Jam. Beersby was like one summer up here, and then it was just kind of like gone. See ya. Can Jam stuck around. I was actually ran a Can Jam league for a little bit. One year. That was fun. But then cornhole's finally a big thing up here. But of the lawn games though, I think my favorite is bocce ball. I fucking love bocce ball and croquet. Love croquet, man.
I have played before, but not by the rules. Only when I was a kid. Someone had some, like a lake or something, and I was like, "Oh, this looks fun." Have no idea how to play, so I definitely need to check it out. But I've seen some tabletop like finger soccer ball games and stuff, and just some odd and just different games. And I'm like, damn, I wonder if something big's gonna come out, or if there's something that I'm unaware of that I need to buy. Sounds like
I wish I could get those fed to me. I have 2 fucking products that every time I open the app, within 1 to 2 swipes, it's these fucking products. And it's the face auto-rotating camera. Okay. You put your phone on it, and then it tracks your face or something. That is all over, and it fucking annoys me. And that stupid fucking pickle shirt. That lady that has that shirt, that has all the pickle shirts, that has sold like 22,000. It was like 18,000, I think, the one time we talked. I happened to look because it's all over the For You page. It was up to like 22,000 sales on that one. $44 a piece.
Jesus, just
I don't
making some money.
I would probably buy one if I could guarantee to never see that fucking shit on my For You page. 22,000 at $44 is $968,000. TikTok was like, you know what? We're gonna make this woman $1 million. And then You know, she'll continue to put out probably mediocre to shitty shirts, still trickle in some money, but it's like fucking TikTok made her enough money to change their life.
Yeah. I mean, it's wild. And like you said, it's very specific things. Like mine's the Kraken, the stupid thing that opens up like a shotgun any drink or whatever. I have never finished one of those videos all the way through. Ever.
Never.
And I immediately, as soon as I see the orange TikTok that says Kraken, I'm like, whoop, don't want to see it. And it's always like energy drinks now too. And it's weird fucking Gen Zers like, you want to see me shotgun this energy drink? And I'm like, no, I don't. So that one's always on there. The Harry Potter one was on there for a while.
Has it been back since you bought one, or is it gone now?
I've seen it twice. And then I was required to make a video since I bought it, or not required, but they encouraged you to make a video. And
is that a thing? If you buy something, you're supposed to make a video about it?
If they give you those coupons, the demos or whatever, or samples, I guess is what they call it. They call it a sample. So they want you to make a video sampling the product. But whenever I went to go do it, the product ran out of stock, and they go, "Hey, don't make the video on that. We'll let you know when it comes back in stock." I'm like, "Okay, sweet."
I'm gonna screenshot that conversation.
Right, exactly. That's what I did too.
I'm gonna buy a fucking pickle shirt. And to me, I guess it makes sense. Well, the direction TikTok's going, it's a smart move on their part. And then if you know what I mean, they push this product, they're gonna give it, and they're getting a cut of the sales, I'd have to imagine. Mm-hmm. And then they're going to continue to push this. So then other people are now buying this shirt that are doing the same kind of crafty stuff with their shirts with making this, you know, like I see why you would. Cause I did see another account of somebody that like started off showing, hey, this is the pickle shirt that everybody talks about. And then it's like, but here's what I'm selling. And then their videos would get hundreds of thousands of views because it started with that pickle shirt.
Yep.
And hopefully they're getting some sales. It's a fucking weird evolution of TikTok.
And now people with the ability to respond to a comment, you know, people are like, hey, what should I put on? I get the guy with the hats. I see a couple of his videos. They're like, hey, what saying should I put on the hat now? And he has like a leather patch that he prints right onto the hat.
Too. Yeah.
Yeah, I get a lot of him. And so they'll pick like the top comment. And that's another way of advertising as well. It's just people are going to be more inclined to comment something funny in attempt to not only get a free hat, but to be that top comment and everything. So it's genius. I mean, it's great marketing. Do I hate that the majority of my TikTok now is shopping or ads? Yeah, I do. But double-edged sword there as well. You know, when I have a family member in here selling stuff on a TikTok shop, kind of hard to fucking hate on it when they're doing it and they're doing it well. So it's just, you know, nobody likes change. I would rather go back to TikTok of 2018 or 2019 for sure.
Oh, see, I wouldn't. That was a weird fucking time when it came out, and everything was people begging for money because they needed diapers and cigarettes and stuff, like in very what I would imagine southern places. Like I remember that, and I got off the app. I'm like, fuck, this is fucking stupid. And then all of a sudden, it started to evolve a little, and I mean, like I said, I get it, and I think it's a good thing, and I think businesses should continue to. I always thought businesses should have used it and kind of put their fun touch on it. You know what I mean? There were so many people that tried to do ad style videos for products. Nobody wants to see a fucking, you know what I mean? No, there's a reason you pay extra to not see ads on platforms. You know what I mean? Like, don't be the ad, be funny about it. You know, and then people are going to buy your shit. But there was one video that I saw that I thought was funny from. I'm not going to say the creator's name because I legit tried to, you know, let them work with us in the show when they were first getting going, and they were like, nah. But this company that also makes shirts that are, it's a pretty funny concept, actually did a video responding and said to why not directly at the pickle people, but it's like, why would I put my stuff, adding my stuff to the TikTok shop knowing I have a perfectly good functioning website. You know what I mean? So they had to spend all the time, figure it out, put all their stuff on the TikTok shop, apparently for, you know, a couple extra, you know, purchases when they have a perfectly good website that people could go to and buy the same shit. So that was kind of their play. I think like, hey, stop buying this stuff for, you know, TikTok's free money. Just go to our website and buy it. We make more because, you know, the profit margins, if they want to keep it the same on the site to TikTok, you're going to not make as much as a business, but you know
exactly. It's, I don't know. It's just, it's crazy. Like I said, I didn't see a lot of the beggars whenever I hopped on. It was just pretty much everybody that I've seen back then is banned today because they are all posting shit that they probably shouldn't have been. But and also the guidelines were terrible back then. But I don't know. It's crazy because now it's just every time that you open it up, you're guaranteed to at least see an ad that you have to, I'm glad that you don't have to watch at least 5 seconds of it to be able to go to another video. I'm waiting. Once that happens, I think I'll be off TikTok a lot more because even with YouTube, if it's 5-second video, I'm like, ugh, no, I'm too impatient and too cheap to pay for premium.
Same. I don't pay for it. And I get it because having stuff on YouTube, I get it. That's how creators get paid. And even if it's a couple pennies, every time somebody checks that ad, somebody's getting paid. And those people are paying good money. With a company that I do some stuff with, looked into potentially running ads on YouTube. Not cheap. Fucking weird world. It's funny. It's a weird world, but at the same time, there's been commercials forever on TV, man. Back in the day, being able to, that was the time that you would go to the bathroom, you'd get a drink, you'd go make some popcorn, you'd come back, they'd still be running commercials. A 30-minute show was what? 17 minutes, maybe 16 minutes.
Yeah, you ain't lying. As soon as it got to any important part, it was like, now here's a Pizza Hut commercial. It's like, what the fuck? Like, what? What's terrible is the ads that you see now going to the beach where they have the boats or whatever that bring the billboards on there, and you're just like, really? Can I just come to the beach just to get away from the ads just for one day? Like, I don't need to see this shit.
Mm-hmm. Wow, what
terrible.
Time! What a time to be alive. Fucking time to be alive. At least, I don't know. I was searching just for some random articles, and I know why this popped up, and I don't know why it did. And I probably shouldn't even talk about it. But apparently, a woman in Detroit found a live frog in a spinach container. Yeah, exactly. Could you imagine? So apparently, a woman in suburban Detroit got a scare, and this is on apnews.com. Apparently, she got a scare. She purchased a can of spinach from a grocery store like she has many times before. She bought the sealed Earthbound Farm spinach that was packaged earlier from a store I've never heard of. She got home, and her daughter found a live frog in the container and started screaming. It was alive. It was moving. And apparently the person just said, thank God I didn't eat the frog.
Jesus. So, and can you just imagine that from like the beginning, like she's getting ready to make dinner and she's like, we're going to have some spinach for dinner, to go along with whatever we're having, our chicken fried steak or whatever. And kids, I don't want spinach, Mom. It ain't going to kill you. Just open up the fucking can't help your mom out. Opens it, sees a frog, never having spinach again. Damn, I wouldn't. Ever. I'd be haunted. I could be 50 years old and like, why doesn't Papa eat spinach? This one time back in 2023, I didn't fucking. It still haunts me. I'm never eating spinach again. Opening up any can the entire time. That's like seeing a spider in the toilet bowl, and you're like, I'm checking that every single time now before I sit down. Snake, spider. I've seen those Australian memes.
Must be because the water goes backwards in Australia. It actually pushes the snakes up instead of further down. That's
both
my
snakes?
Theory.
The hot snakes too?
Mm-hmm. All of them snakes. Imagine though, fucking Popeye back in the day. I just picture Popeye popping the spinach, frog come jumping out, and then he just like frog legs or something. And then, I don't know.
Didn't know Popeye was Cajun.
Where was Popeye from?
I don't know why, like Massachusetts or something. I don't know. That's what I always thought.
Let's see, where was Popeye from? It'll probably be like
probably France.
Popeye's commercial or something. Popeye the Sailor Man, the comic strip character, is perhaps the most famous native son of Victoria, Texas. Didn't peg him for a Texas guy.
Huh. Yeah, me neither. I was thinking like Northeast.
Yeah, apparently he made his debut in the comic strip in the Thimble Theater. The strip was in its 10th year when Popeye made his debut. But if you look at this fucking guy, let me see if I can share this on the old screen so not only you can see it, but some of the viewers that are watching this. Check this out. The real life Popeye. I mean, where is he? 1868 or something? Is that really? Yeah. His real name was Frank Rocky Fiegel, born in Poland on January 27th, 1868. Immigrated to family in America where he joined the Navy.
Okay. Well, see, we just learn shit every day. And now he's closer to Louisiana, so it makes more sense that. Damn. Now I'm just gonna imagine him as just some kind of Cajun guy.
Shrimp. Oh, he smoked his pipe, so that's why he spoke with one side of his mouth. When he was with the children, he held the pipe with the corner of his mouth and told them the antics of his youth, often boasting of his physical strength, loudly claiming that spinach is the food that makes him invincible.
I had no idea it was based off of somebody that was real. That is fucking insane.
That is pretty interesting.
What? Sucks he's from Texas, though. I don't know why. I just really thought the Northeast. I think Sailor, I think of just people up in the Northeast doing their thing. I guess there's things everywhere. But
that guy is originally born in Poland, though. So that's why I'm confused why it says Texas.
Well, he immigrated. So, I mean, once you, migrate over here, you're no longer from there. You're an American, damn it.
That guy, Rocky, which is a pretty sweet name, obviously. We're big fans of the Rocky. I actually watched a little bit of Rocky 3 the other day, the scene where he was doing the charity match.
Yeah.
Mickey was, you need to see the doctor. No, I'm fine.
I was at Target and I was browsed through the toy section, just seeing something for myself that maybe I perhaps want. And there was a taxi cab and I was like, what is this? And it said Rocky 3 on it. And I was like, okay, I'm interested. Let me look at this. And it was just a die cast of the cab used in Rocky 3. It looks pretty close to it, but it doesn't have a picture of Rocky on it. Nothing. It's just a cab, right? And they wanted $35 for that. And I was like, what? I mean, because as soon as I see Rocky, I'm like, hey, what is this? But I saw that and I was like, okay, maybe they had a picture of him like on the hood, but it's authentic. It looks like a 1982 or whatever it was.
78. The 1978 Dodge Monaco taxi.
Is that what? So they had one for Rocky 2 and one for Rocky 3. This was a very specific Rocky 3 one apparently, and I'm like, the fuck?
So just to let you know, it's on Amazon. The movie did come out in 82, so you had the 82 right. But it's a 1978 Dodge, I think that's how you say Monaco taxi from the City Cab Company. On Amazon, it's going for $23.94. So Target, come on, man, $35. I think that's. But the original packaging does have a picture of Rocky on it,
and that's what it had the little silhouette of him raising his fist up, and it said Rocky with the Roman numeral 3 on it. But that was it. Just the packaging. The car itself, nothing. Yep. Oh, see, that one looks a little different.
Oh, so they must have. I wonder if they repack. I don't know. This is the first one that came up. This is what they're trying to sell on Amazon. But don't worry, it's limited edition. It's brand new, chrome accents, real rubber tires, themed packaging, true to scale.
That's the one that's on Target too. Maybe I saw the back of the box. Maybe I don't know. But that is very similar because, like I said, if you look at the cab, it says nothing about Rocky on it.
Yeah, nothing. There's
nothing. So if you were to, put that up on your shelf or something, like, oh, that's a cool cab. What's that? You're like, oh, it's a cab from Rocky 3. They'd be like, is it? You know what I mean? Without keeping the box, you're fucked.
Apparently, Taxi 3 was a thing and actually had a scene with Sylvester Stallone. I don't know what that is, but that's also what Google. When I typed in cab from Rocky 3, obviously you got that from Target, Amazon, then Starty from YouTube, Taxi 3 scene with Sylvester Stallone. Mr. T is then the next thing for Google. Google, you know exactly what people are going to start searching for. They're like, Rocky, which one was Mr. T? Who is Mr. T?
18, man. Everything else, they're going to start showing. Oh, now there's a John Wick taxi cab.
Huh.
This is a whole thing. There's a apparently that's a thing to collect is taxi cabs from certain movies. There's a whole list of them. There's a 1965 Fiat 500 that was in. Oh, dang it. I just lost it. Come back. There's a whole bunch. There's a 74 checker yellow. It was talking about different movies here. Gangs of New York. Okay. An old school one. Whoa. Yeah. Damn, there's a whole bunch of stuff. Damn, I might start collecting cabs. It actually looks kind of cool.
Shit. Don't put them on a shelf behind you so the ghost doesn't start throwing them off the wall or anything.
So what's going to happen in the future, too, when cabs no longer are the most efficient support of, transportation? So everyone's like, oh, hey, I got this 2023 Chevy whatever. They're like, what's that? And I was like, oh, that was an Uber car back in the day. That's what that was. That was Ryan Reynolds rode that one in an Uber in a movie. It's weird weird times that we are being a part of.
I mean, you have famous musicians having people try to eat bananas that came from strippers' vaginas. We have frogs in spinach containers alive. We have snakes coming out of toilets, collectible taxis, some other weird shit that probably happened on the show.
That's going to be a weird AI thumbnail.
I'm all for it. I love the AI stuff. Like real quick, we were talking backstage, and for anybody that pays attention to the actual thumbnails and some stuff, I don't think anybody really does. But if you do, you're going to start paying attention now if you're still listening, because the backgrounds, we actually just take descriptions of what we talk about in the show and let AI create some crazy images. So if you look at the Travis Kelce one, we talked about how the time, there was the miracle that happened with the kid in the wheelchair and what was Travis Kelce said to the kid in the wheelchair. So AI then took him in a stained glass image with him just jacked, kind of reaching out like he's talking to a kid in a wheelchair. And then at some point we talked about the McLobster. So it appeared to be Travis Kelce in a wheelchair eating a McLobster with some fucking weird monster over him. I don't know what's going on, but it was pretty amazing. And then weeks ago when we talked about the Amish cemeteries, there was actually in the background like a cemetery with a bunch of Amish and also other weird shit in the background. And what a time to be alive. AI, baby.
Dude, and on the Amish too, my For You page, ever since I looked up that guy that I was telling you about that was talking about his dad, I am on Amish talk like nobody's business, dude. Every 4 videos I'm getting is something to do with the Amish. And I guess there was like a reality show on TLC, Breaking Amish or something. I don't know what that was. So now I'm getting clips of this show from like 10 years ago about Amish people. And I'm like, I don't care what they're trying to wear. I guess, so I did find out if I'm ever quizzed at gunpoint. It's like, hey, what color do the Amish wear? Blue and green. I know that now because of all these damn clips. And I'm actually kind of hooked. I'm hooked on it. A lot of them joined the military. Didn't know that either. A lot of people ask me about this. I know if they break. So I mean, they are a group that doesn't believe in violence, obviously. So once they leave and they decide to join the military, a lot of them will try to come back, and they're shunned because obviously you can't do that. But yeah, so a lot of them whenever they leave, they join the military. Whenever they're trying to find different outfits, they still stick with the blue and green because that's what they're comfortable with. Even though they're showing more, it's still same color and still somewhat respectful. But yeah, I cannot get the fuck off this Amish talk. And if I keep watching the rest of these videos through the totality of it, I'm never going to get off of this damn Amish talk.
And it's kind of ironic that you're on Amish talk because Amish talk, it's the Amish. They don't have the tickety talk. Well, I guess some of the different religion ones that have cars and stuff, maybe they're on there, but it's a weird thing. Yeah, thankfully I'm not there yet, but I probably am now because my phone's right over here listening to this whole goddamn podcast. And hopefully you guys are still listening to this podcast. I just looked at the clock and we've hit the hour mark. The hour mark is our magical number. Hopefully this was a good one. If not, well, I had a good time, and I feel like he did because he's rubbing his shirt. He's rubbing his Levi's. Is that a Levi's shirt? I only see an S. Oh, look at that. Levi's. Make sure you guys go to levis.com/beardlaws. It's not going to work, but either way, what does work is this. And I can't thank you enough for taking some time out of your busy day to record. Hopefully this was fun for you. I know I had a blast.
Always.
Hell yeah. We'll do it again if you guys want. 2 of us, Richie and Toby, will not be there on Triple T this week. He is flying home for some stuff, and so it's going to be me, Richie, Yuban, and potentially a guest. Maybe we'll reach out to somebody while I'm thinking of it, see if somebody wants to fill in some big shoes to fill, but size-wise, probably not that big to fill Toby's shoes, because let's be honest, he's not a tall guy. Yeah, that's a joke that Toby's short. But we'll find somebody adequately height and shoe size to Toby to see if we can fill on Triple T, and we'll be back next week. Brandon J should be able to join us again next week. If not, maybe we'll line up another guest as well. But either way, can't thank you guys enough. Thanks, Yuban. Thanks to everybody. This is fun, letting us penetrate with consent your ear holes, and that's all I got. You got anything else?
No, the consent was a nice touch.
It was, thanks. Allegedly. I feel like you say that. And and don't forget Dallas Cowboys. Because as soon as you say Dallas Cowboys, the views go up. Sorry for your loss with Ezekiel Elliott.
You know what? I've seen some pictures of him. He's looking pretty thick. So, you know, that might be Tony Pollard, and we trust.
I know. But then I've been seeing memes and stuff coming where it's definitely not him or just a weird angle of him. Like I think so. I don't know if it was in our group chat or somebody sent me one. It was like a very like Lizzo backup dancer large picture, and it was like Ezekiel pictures at new training camp or something like that. I'm like, holy fuck. That looks like me if I was 6'4" trying to play football.
Honestly, I was looking at I was like, damn, I'm about to call Belichick and be like, let me suit up, coach. I've got what it takes, apparently. Let me make some of these millions. But you're right. It was probably just the angle and stuff because he is an athlete. But I don't know. Hopefully he does well now that he's in the AFC.
Fuck that.
Enjoy yourself, my guy. As long as you didn't go to the Eagles.
Fuck the Patriots. Fuck them. And fuck the Eagles. Yep. But yeah, we won't get into sports talk, but we said Cowboys, so now the viewership just went up. So welcome to all the new viewers. Yeah. America's team. But either way, can't thank you guys enough. Can't thank you enough, Yuban, and we'll see all you fuckers next week. Okay, bye. Absolutely.